Kian.
Hello.
How are you? Are you at school?
Yeah, I'm in my school auditorium.
Oh, very nice. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I can see that we've got quite a few audience with us. Thank you so much for coming to join us. So Kian, would you like to first do a brief introduction of yourself, please?
Oh, I'm Kian. I'm 15 now. Well, I was 14 when I entered. And I play piano, harpsichord, and organ. And I started harpsichord at the beginning of the year. And I've been learning harpsichord and organ at the beginning of the year, and piano since I was 4 or 5. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. So Kian won the first prize in his age group in the competition this year, which is a fantastic achievement. So first of all, congratulations to you, Kian. So what was your experience like at the competition this year?
Experience, I've hardly done any recordings before, like for performances before this year. So it's taught me that recording is arduous, but it's worth it. When you finish and get a good one, you are very satisfied.
Yes. Was it time consuming for you when you did the recording?
I recorded over 2 days, over a weekend, and I've had the pieces for a while. I've been studying Rameau for a term, and it was just a lot of fine tuning, and you can't help but have slips. And slips are always the thing that you're always concerned about. So that's what.
Well, I'm glad that now you've got some recording experience. As you say, it's quite a challenging process, isn't it? I think both physically and mentally. But I think it's very helpful also to implement that in our practice, because when you record yourself, you see things that you probably are not aware when you're just performing and playing yourself. So it's actually quite a helpful practice tool to have. So Kian, how long have you been playing the piano? Was that your first instrument?
That was my first instrument since I was 4 or 5, so just over 10 years, a long time.
Okay. Yeah. What sort of attracted you to the piano? How did you first start?
I can't really remember why I first started, but I'm glad my parents put me through the lessons, and it's all been worth it. I've never realized how music was so lovely until a couple of years ago, and that's why I picked up these instruments, so that would expand my scope.
Fantastic. Juggling 3 instruments at the same time can't be an easy task without careful time management. So how do you balance I'm sure you have a lot of academic studies as well, and practicing and studying, learning, going to lessons with your 3 instruments. How do you balance your time? Do you have any tips?
Okay, I don't, like most people, I don't love practicing. It's worth it. I don't love it, but what is great about practicing is it gives you a routine. So I can think about practicing rather than spending 3 hours on Netflix or playing a game. So my advice is think about how lovely music is and how it can fill up your day nicer than doing something that would probably not be worth your time in the long term.
Great. I think not everyone can say that they love practice, but I think maybe as musicians, we all love music. And that's why we're here. But then we all love the sort of the rewards practice gives us. When you finally, like you say, when you finally see the results, maybe after just a day or after a year, it brings us a huge amount of happiness. So apart from your music studies, what else do you enjoy doing, Kian?
I love reading, specifically about contemporary history, more about politics, and now I'm getting into geopolitics, which is quite interesting, talking about how geography affects how a geography can shape a state. I love reading. I love eating good food, and I love walking now with my family. Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Fantastic. They're all lovely activities. Do you also try cooking?
My mum says if you want to eat, you got to learn how to cook. So I have been cooking. I'm not the best. I'm pretty basic, but whatever leftover I have, I'll chuck it in this and mix it up. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I think that's what I do as well. I'm not good at it. I like eating like you, but not very good at cooking. Yeah, oh fantastic. I love that you're a keen reader. Um, I think a good book is always a good friend. So what book do you recommend if people want to get to know more about geopolitics?
Geopolitics right now, I'm reading one called The Prisoners of Geography. It's a very detailed account of, well, it's lots of subsections. You have Europe, China, India, Pakistan, the Middle East, and each region has a very unique story on how they came about. So,
Mm.
Prisoners of Geography, that's a great book now.
And do you find sort of learning more about history, modern history, and also now the geopolitics and how each nation came about, like you said, does that help with your music? Does it help you to understand the music that you play a little bit more?
Yes, it's fascinating to see how war and music, conflict and music correlate so much. The political context of, let's say, when Beethoven was writing his Third Symphony with Napoleon, yeah, I hope I'm right. And yeah, it's very interesting to see how what the context has a massive influence on the composer. So yes, I see
Mm.
that.
Yes, I'm sure it's fascinating to find sort of the connections between arts and politics and history. I mean, of course, they're all connected, but it's nice for us as musicians to know the details of exactly what happened, and I think it really does help. So, Kian, can you tell us a little bit more about? I'm sure harpsichord is an instrument that a lot of people are fascinated with. Can you tell us from going from pianist, when you first picked up the harpsichord, what similarities are there and what differences are there? What did you find?
Some people call the harpsichord an old piano. It's the wrong
Mm.
term, but meaning that they're both keyboard instruments, so that's a similarity. But the big difference is that the harpsichord, the sound is made from a plectrum, plucking the string, where the piano has a hammer striking the key. So there's a big difference in sound. The harpsichord can be called you can say the sound of the harpsichord is less loud than the piano eternally. So, but another big difference is that how hard the keys are. It's harder to press on the piano than the harpsichord. So I've been playing piano for so long, it's a big difference, and I don't want to hit the keys too hard on the harpsichord like I do on the piano. Otherwise,
Mm.
you can hear the sound of the plectrum.
Mm. And the pieces that you play on the harpsichord, are there a huge amount of repertoire for you to explore?
Yes, all Baroque music, or pre-Baroque music too, most of them yeah, uh, would be for the harpsichord. A lot of a lot of these works are now played on piano, but that's all
Mm.
right.
Yes, great. Because I know later on you're going to give us a live performance on the harpsichord. But can you first maybe tell us more about the Conservatorium High School that you go to? So it's in Sydney. I mean, what's the balance between academic studies and music studies, and what other activities are there available for you?
The Con High is a great school in Sydney, in the city, next to the Botanic Gardens, and It's the state's only specialist music school. And contrary to popular belief, we don't do music all day. We have a pretty good academic program, I would say, and music incorporates 30 to 50% of what we do here, which is a great balance, a fun balance.
In terms of academic studies, what sort of curriculum are you guys following?
I would say ahead of the average state, the average of the state, which is great. We do follow the national curriculum and everything, but we have a music department to manage it out.
I see. So what you're saying is that even though it's a specialist music school, you're not lagging behind in terms of academic subjects at all. You guys are learning a huge amount of academic subjects as well, and keeping up, and if not further advanced than the national average. Well, that's fantastic. So in terms of the music studies, do you take all your lessons at the Conservatorium High School?
Pre-COVID, pre-lockdown, we would go into the uni next door and do our lessons. Now we really can't because of the restrictions, but we do online lessons right now. Harpsichord, I don't have a harpsichord at home, but my teacher was really nice to bring one over from the uni over to my place so I could practice in lockdown, and we zoomed from there.
Wow, that's really kind of your teacher. But now I heard that you guys are coming out of the lockdown very soon.
We are actually out of lockdown, but there is still a little bit of restrictions.
I see. Oh, great. So now everything's slowly coming back to normal, I hope, with live lessons and live performances. So Kian, what you're going to perform for us on the harpsichord, please.
I will be playing Rameau's First Suite, A minor, RCT 1.
Great, Kian. So we're ready when you are.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Do you have an audience there as well?
Oh, my principal, my teacher.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. I'm so glad you get live applause as well. Great. Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Great. It's a fantastic instrument. We look forward to hearing your organ performance as well, hopefully in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Kian. It was beautiful. Yes, as one of our audience said, beautiful. Yes, I agree. Um, thank you so much, Kian, for your time and for sharing with us. And congratulations again. Keep in touch and let us know how you get on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. You take care. Keep in touch.
Bye.
Bye-bye.